Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kylie and I am the artist of this channel. And today we are doing a sketchbook tour of this very, it was a good sketchbook, so I'm very excited to jump in. I won't do too much of an introduction. If you're new to my channel, definitely go check out some of my other videos. I do a lot of sketchbooking, a lot of sketchbook spreads, and there's two other sketchbook tours, an art challenge, a couple art challenges on there actually. So definitely go check out my channel. If you like what you see, subscribe, like a video or two. Yeah, that would be great and I would much appreciate it. But let's go ahead and get into this sketchbook. So, I got this sketchbook in August of last year and I started on the 15th was when I did my first drawing in it, and then I completed it today. I literally just finished it like 30 minutes ago. So we're gonna go ahead and just go to the first page. I also just did this today, this morning. I tend to not fill in the front of my sketchbook. I usually skip a few pages when I start, and then I always forget to fill it in until the end. So I did this today. Just a quick portrait drawing with a few flowers and then an eye and some little abstract doodly stuff there. I really love the color palette of this a lot. It's fun. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that one. This was the actual first drawing I did in the sketchbook, and as you can see, I ripped it. This was when I realized how fragile this sketchbook can be. So yeah, definitely if you get this sketchbook, this is the Art Creations sketchbook, and I will talk at the end more in depth of how I liked the sketchbook itself. But yeah, it ripped pretty easily. But I do love this. I really like this kind of design, ornamental doodles. That's like my jam. And then this was just, I was at a coffee shop one day and I was just writing down ideas. And I did a lot of these. I just never went back and like checked them off. And I probably won't. So this was a couple days after I got the sketchbook, and I went to an art store with my coworker, and we got these rainbow pencils where, you know, you draw and it's the different colors. This was really fun. I had a good time. Obviously, this is not like my style or anything, but it's always good to try out new materials and have fun with it. And then these were both supposed to be gouache paintings, but this took so long and this is so much more detailed that I was like, yeah, no, because this paper does not do very good with wet media. So this was a bit of a struggle. A lot of this is colored pencil on top of the gouache because it wasn't good at taking a lot of water. But I do really love this painting. This would have been really nice, and I might revisit it next fall as like an actual painting on actual watercolor paper. And then we have, this is just a sketch of my partner. We were chilling in the living room, and this is my doggy. Love him. He was sitting on my legs, and his little face, his little snout was like, yeah, it was cute. And then we have this page. This is very fall, of course. Fall is my favorite season. I know it's like everyone's favorite season, but I love fall. So I had a good time. These are watercolors with, this has fine liners on top, and then, oh, this does too. Yeah. Once again, it doesn't take water very well, so it's kind of hard to layer up anything in this, so that's why these feel kind of flat. Ooh, love this page. This is just like literally all ornamental doodles page. I had a really good time with this. I love this flower. This was a reference off Pinterest. Yeah, I don't know where it is, but this was really fun. And then the ombre of this was also very fun. Okay, this was after my 100 heads challenge, like very quickly after. So I had a really good time doing these two because I was fresh off of the 100 heads challenge. This is just fine liner with some colored pencil, and this is covering up a very, very bad drawing. And this is like a piece of construction paper almost. It's like, it feels almost like those like handmade paper. And this is just gouache on top. The gouache like really seeped into this paper, so this was very interesting. I do have a YouTube short up on this if you are interested in like watching me paint it. Yeah. And then we just started anatomy. I got really into anatomy in this sketchbook, so you will see a lot of these kind of pages. But I'm really, really working on getting better with anatomy. So, and then this page is just, oh, this paper feels so weird. I sprayed fixative on it, so it's just like gritty texture. I was just practicing arms in this one, and then this reference that everyone has seen and drawn, especially people who draw fan art and like anime characters. I've seen a lot of people use this reference. These are some really bad portraits I drew at work during my break, and these are some semi-okay portraits I drew at work on my break. That's like my go-to. If I don't know what to draw, I just pull up a reference of a person and sketch it out. This page is just some more anatomy references. This was based on the times. I'm guessing this was a line of action practice, which I usually do semi-frequently. I like line of action. It's a good place to go if you are looking to have references just kind of pop up and like time yourself. Yeah, it's really good. This, I feel like I had a plan. Like I wanted to do more with it at the time, and I just never did. Like the idea of it is cool. Like they're all facing each other in like a square. I think this would be a cool painting idea if I were to move forward with it, but this is where I left it. Some more anatomy practice. This was really fun. Just drawing a bunch of squares, or not squares, rectangles, and kind of making myself limited to that space. I went out a few times, as you can see here, which is fine. It was just good practice to try to keep it small because I tend to draw a bit bigger and these pages are pretty small. Just a doodle page. This kind of doodling is really good for my brain. It shuts my brain off. My brain is going literally nonstop always. So this is like wonderful for me. And then this is my apartment, my living room. At the time, this is what it looks like from the couch. And yeah, this is cool. Our little Lego cars, our incense holders, my plant that is now dead. It's very sad. Yeah, it's very fun. Oh, I love this spread. I'm pretty sure these were on the same day. I was just having a really good art day, and I was like, I want to draw a bunch of boxes and like fill it in with blocked color. And I love this spread. It's so good. Some more anatomy. This was really fun. This composition was really cool. I had a good time. Okay, this page was just some more sketches I did on my breaks at work, and I challenged myself to not use any references, to think of things I can draw without references. So, I think it's good to do this to kind of see where my mental library is at. Yeah. And then this page, me and my doggy went to a park, and we just sat in the grass for a really long time, and I drew, and he sniffed around and laid on the blanket, and it was a good time. This is, I believe, a full video, right? I think so. I'm pretty sure this is a full video. This is a full video on YouTube. I will put the link above. These are just some watercolor landscapes. This was really good time, and I do want to do something like this again because I really love the organic shapes and how I filled them in with stuff that fit the composition, like this one specifically, and these two as well. This was really good, really fun. These are just some random sketches that I did. I don't even remember when. I'm pretty sure these were like random. They weren't even all at the same time or anything. That's why they're in two different pins. And then these I just did this morning, just to fill in the page I didn't want to leave. There's a few blank pages, but I didn't want to leave a ton, so this is what I did for those. We are still in our fall energy on this spread. So on this one, I just took a pen and drew a bunch of random fall stuff. And then this, I was practicing different leaf types. I could, excuse me, different leaf types to draw because, again, I'm trying to build up my mental library. So, yeah. This is so funny. This is terrible. I was gonna do like a full like shooting star spread, and then I messed it up, and then I was trying to see if I could cover it up, and I couldn't, and so I just left it blank. And then later on, me and my partner were like, what if we tried to we were trying to draw our dog as a human. This is what I came up with, and this is what he came up with. Kind of similar energy. I just thought this was funny. And then, oh, I love these so much. Just some eye drawings I did. I love drawing eyes. I mean, what artist doesn't like drawing eyes? This is where we all started, okay? We all love this. And I still love it to this day, so. Some more anatomy. A couple of these I drew like within the past week. These are like older ones, and these two are newer. I think you can tell like from these to this, it's very different. I love this. I think this one's really cute. Okay, and then these are studies. This is not my work. I mean, it is, I drew these, but these are studies from other artists. So these ones here are from this, focus please, this artist. That's their work. And then this one is from, where's my camera? There we go. From this artist. So not my original work at all. I was just studying the way that they did their colors mainly. And this one I was really looking at the leaves and the textures within the water as well. But these were for color. Yeah, very fun to study from other artists, but definitely make sure you don't ever claim it as your own. Make sure you tell people like, yes, I drew this, but this is a study of someone else's work. Like, I did not come up with this. This is not my work. Okay, next page. This is the beginning of my fine liner addiction. I drew these. This one I started at the park one day, and then I just kind of added the other ones. These two are references. This is from my imagination. I came up with this little house. Yeah, I love this one. This one's really cute. Okay, this is totally not something I would normally do, but this was so much fun. I literally was just throwing everything at this paper, like everything. There's markers, there's colored pencils, there's Sharpies, there's paint to try to cover up stuff. Yeah, this is really fun. I really enjoyed doing it. I don't like love the way it looks by any means, but I think it's always good to play with texture materials to see what you can come up with. Okay, this was a drawing from a, focus please, a coffee shop date I took myself on. It was literally just me at a coffee shop, and I drew this like kind of eerie looking train station and someone like a blur of someone walking by. Yeah, I really like this. And then this one I drew the other day. It's just a little shop that I found on Pinterest. And then this was my start of Inktober. I was kind of oblivious to all the controversy around Inktober and Inktober specifically. So I did start it, and then as I was doing it, I heard things that I was not a fan of. So I ended up stopping Inktober altogether. But I did day 1, and then I did Mosstober for day 2. I really like this one. And then day 3, I did Inktober Crown, which also really like that one. That's very stinks. And then Peachtober, day 4, was Gingham, which is just the pattern. And I love this. This I would love to do a painting of and add a bunch of color and texture. I think it would be really pretty. And then I did day 5, which is Deer. I skipped day 6, I guess. And then I started this one and didn't finish it. I don't know what was going on. Honestly, I was all over the place. And then this was from Mosstober, maybe. I wrote over it here not on accident, but I wrote over it. But he's just a little dragon protecting a flower. Okay, and then total switch up. This is for my holiday cards that I made for my friends and family. Yeah, they're just a bunch of thumbnails. I drew this. These obviously were not drawn in the same time frame. I don't ever fill my sketchbook front to back. I know a lot of artists don't, and I do not either. I fill it wherever I feel like putting stuff, I put it. So this is not in chronological order at all. This is when I got my Winsor and Newton designer gouache, and I love all of this. I've gotten a lot better. Let me show you guys my most recent thing I've done with my gouache. This. So we've definitely stepped it up a little bit. Yeah. You'll get more information on that painting later in a different video. But yeah, I've gotten a lot better with gouache. And it also helps that this painting is watercolor paper, so it takes it a lot well than this very thin paper that's definitely not meant for paint. Okay, now onto this page. This is literally me just doodling. This is like this fantasy idea of a landscape I had in my head, and I put it on paper, and it doesn't come across like I want it to. So this might be something I revisit in the future. I'm not 100% sure. And then this one is just a bunch of random doodles and some fun lettering did. And a sticker. This was from my sister's Christmas gift. She gave me a sticker with it and I threw it in there. Oh, this is a fun one. This is just a kind of nature themed spread. I've been really into drawing nature stuff now. I used to not. So I do this. This was a Pinterest reference, and I loved the like very bendy, wiggly trees, and then just a little park scene. I think this was from my imagination, and then some birds, which obviously referenced. I don't know how to draw birds like that yet. Love this sketch though. And the next spread, okay, yes, I thought so. I love this spread. It's so cute. This I did turn into a digital drawing that I would love to then turn into an actual painting and maybe do prints of, but I just think this is so cute. This was like a trend on the internet where they were like holding a pumpkin in front of their face. Like the person holding the camera held the pumpkin, so it looked like they had a pumpkin as their head, if that makes sense. If you've seen it, you'll understand. If you don't, I don't think I explained it very well, but this was inspired by that, and I love it. And then this is just looking out a window and like the country in the fall, and then some cute little doodles and a little pumpkin wagon. And this was in October. This is just some more Anatomy practice. Love all of these. These are all great. Some of these look pretty good too. Like this one's good and this one's pretty good. So you can definitely see I'm getting better from this. This is the first time I did it to this. I'm getting a lot better. I'm figuring it out. This is just some portrait studies. This was probably in October or November, so it had been a little bit since I'd done the 100 Hedge Challenge, and I wanted to make sure that I'm keeping up with that portrait practice. So yeah, I do like this sketch. I think that one turned out good. Just some more fine liner drawing, and I just decided not to fill in this other page. I wasn't really inspired to fill it in. I will probably at some point put like a drawing in here, like just something I do outside of my sketchbook. I'll just throw in there. That's usually what I do. Oh, this is fun. Me and my partner one night decided to do like a drawing battle. So we gave a certain amount of time and we both had to draw something. So the first one was basketball hoop and ball. So this is what he drew, which I thought was super fun and creative. He drew the whole court and then like a little, I thought that was fun. And then I just drew it as it was. Let's see what's next. Plant. Okay, here's plants. This is what I did. I did like potting a plant, and he did a Mario scene, which was fun. The next one was space. And this is what he drew. There's a lot going on, but I think it's fun. And then I drew a car flying on like a shooting star. And then food, I wasn't very creative. I just drew breakfast. And he did like a little spot to order food, which is cute. I think we had 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, this was very fun. I had a really good time doing that. Yep. Okay, next page. Okay, love this. I love this so much. This is really cute, and I think would be really fun to do as like a poster type thing for some kind of restaurant. I think it would be cool. And then these are just some fun little doodles. Literally nothing specific. I was just doodling, drawing. Okay, and the fine liner obsession continues. I did this scene, which I really, really like. It was a Pinterest reference. And then I was practicing perspective a little bit with this one. This, I think, was a Pinterest reference that I kind of tweaked a little bit. And then a cute pumpkin that I drew, a jack-o'-lantern, because I wanted to do a star eye. And then this is actually from like last weekend. I went to this place called Clay Paper Ink, and it's basically just an art like cafe. Like they have a lot of different things you can do there, but what I did was I went in, you pay a fee for 2 hours, and you can be there for 2 hours and use all their art supplies, and yeah, it's pretty cool. They had a lot of collage stuff, so this is one of the things I did. I did some collage work, and I cut these out, and they had letters, and then this is a sticker, so it was pretty fun. And then, so on this page, I'm so sad it's like ripped, but I had started a painting of me and my dog. My dog has since passed away. So that's why I was like trying to paint this, and it just, my paints kept falling, and so I just never finished it, but I didn't want to cover it up with anything either, so I left that as is. And this was also made at Clay Paper Ink. It's just some watercolor on some really, really nice watercolor paper, actually. This is great watercolor paper. Yeah. And then next we have, I drew this. The perspective is way off, so just like ignore that. But I drew this when I was watching a game my partner was coaching at, and then I wanted to keep it basketball themed, so I drew some players, some poses, yeah. And here's my attempt at journaling, and I never put anything in here. I was like, yeah, I should totally start plannering in my sketchbook, and yeah, that never happened. It's fine, but it's pretty. These are stickers from Peppercut Studios, Julianne Doodles. If you are interested in her stickers, I will leave a link down in the description. Her videos are also very entertaining if you're interested. This was a YouTube video. It was called How to Sketch Anything, and the person's handle was Sketching Scotty. It was just a sketching tutorial he went through, and you sketched all these things with him. His sketching style isn't like... We have very different sketching styles the way we approach it, so it was interesting to see someone else's, but I don't think it works for me personally. This is for a painting series I am planning on doing, and these are just some ideas for some of the things. We have some people that are trees, of course hands holding a plant, a person kind of laying down wrapped in some vines, and then I was like thinking of just some more extra ideas. And then just a few more on here. These ideas I don't think will make it into this series, but it's good to have multiple ideas at the ready. And this is a watercolor painting I did with my Winsor & Newton like travel paint set, watercolor paint set, and I love this so much. This is so, just like the energy it gives off in the colors, I just really love it. I think it's great. Okay, and this was done very recently. I did this like maybe 2 weeks ago. Now we are on to some portraits. Honestly, I love all of these except for that one. That one's not great. But especially this one. I love this one. It's so cute. And this one's pretty good. Yeah, I was just having a really good time sketching out people in colored pencil. I do that a lot from that point on. These are just some like movie scenes. I couldn't tell you what movies they're from, like at all, but I just sketched them out. I was working on values. And then this I did at work during my break, and it was a reference, and I tweaked it just a touch for my sketch, but I love this a lot. I would love to like work on this idea. Okay, this is just another watercolor paper I did at that art cafe place. And then this side is this like my partner was drawing in my sketchbook one day, and he just drew this, and then I did refined versions of it. It's like a cartoon character idea he had. I think it's cute. And then we have this spread. I believe, I forget what the website was called, but I went on this website, and you might be able to find it yourself. You just go online, and it shows you pictures from Google Maps, or like places in Google Maps. So it like gives you a new one, if that makes sense. And so these are the ones it gave me. And yeah, I had a really good time. These were really fun. And this was November. This is my calendar planning page. So I did a calendar for my grandma for Christmas, and she uses a calendar more than anyone I know. So I made her a custom one with a bunch of my art, and this was just like my planning page where I was just writing everything down. This was from Line of Action. This was the like landscape or architecture one. So same thing as when you do portraits. It gives you a certain amount of time to do small, like 10, and then 5, and then 2, and then 1. So very, very fun. I love doing these. And some more portraits. I love this page so much. Love it so much. It's so good. Yeah, I have no notes, especially this sketch. This sketch is just very loose and like lively, if that makes sense. Like he looks alive more than like these just look like drawings. I don't know if that's making sense to everyone, but I really like that sketch. And this one too, honestly. This is fun. This was, I had a bunch of extra paint left on my palette, so I threw it in the sketchbook. And then the other day I just went through and it's kind of hard to see with the way the lighting is. I just went through and doodled on it. It's just a bunch of like cutesy flowers. And then I drew this flower, or this like leaf thing, plant that I've seen on Pinterest a lot, over this side, which I love. I really like this side. This side is okay, but I really like this side. Also love this spread. I really like these. Honestly, all of these. I really like this spread. These are really good portraits. I am always sketching in my Prismacolor pencils. I sometimes will write the color down, but these are all Prismacolor colored pencils. That's the only brand I have. So, yeah. There's nothing specific happening on this page. Just like random ideas, this is what ended up being this. A little different because this I had like birds all over it, but I didn't do birds. So just a few like cutesy ideas I have, portraits. I'm always drawing portraits, and yeah, just random stuff. The city in a shell idea, which I still think would be really fun. This I did a few days ago, like a week ago. This was really fun. This was a good time. I really like this. I've been seeing this kind of stuff a lot on the internet, so I kind of did my own rendition of them. I love the color palette on this. I feel like this is really pretty colors. This is a YouTube video, and I was just drawing using only the color purple. So, yeah, that's where that is. I love this sketch. She's so cute. And this flower. I'm like, these are pansies. I'm obsessed with this flower right now. Obsessed. It's so cute. This is just some planning for 2026. And, yeah. It's not really anything you guys need to look at or anything. This is an eye I painted. This was my first try using, what are they called? Water-based oil paints. And I love it. I don't think it's not really smudging or anything. I'm keeping this blank because I'm seeing how it goes over time if this like dries. Because there's not a lot of information on water-based oil paints. So we're going to see how that goes. Ooh, I love this spread. This was just a very therapeutic spread. I was just literally just took colored pencils and I was just very lightly drawing in circles and circles and over and over and over again. So this was very, very fun. This is also a YouTube video. This is my drawing what Pinterest tells me to do, or however I put it. I don't remember what the title is. Yeah, this was very, very fun. And this was drawing from my camera roll, which I do plan on doing more. But yeah, this was a really fun one. I really, really love these two a lot. I was drawing like, yeah, just lines. There's not a lot of explanation for some of my spreads. Some of it is literally just mindless doodling because it keeps me off my phone, one, and two, it's really fun. And then this was just like a test piece of paper for my Winsor Newton Coatman watercolor pocket field set. So, yeah, this is another line of action anatomy page. Had a really fun time with that. Some more colored pencil portraits. I really like this one. It's really fun. And this one. I feel like I've drawn this girl a lot though. So that's not my best version of her. This was me just like seeing, I've been trying to practice a lot more like texture and non-realism things, a bit more abstract things. So this is just me messing with colored pencils and seeing what works. And then this was me just doodling, which I actually really like this. I don't know why, but this is cute. This was going to be another fine liner page, and I only did 2, but I did this like, I believe this was a like water boat thing, because this is water in the reference. So I drew that, and then I drew that. Yeah, we'll just keep moving. It did bleed through onto this page, but it's okay. This is a reference, this is a reference. All of these other ones were from my head, and so I was just like seeing what I'm working on, seeing what needs to be worked on. I mainly think I need to go back and practice skulls and see how the head actually is structured. But they're not bad, they're just not great. Okay, this is like a total brain dump spread, which I do semi-often. So it's just a bunch of ideas thrown at a page. For this one, I was specifically thinking about stickers and like stuff if I were to start a middle club, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. I love this, it's cute. I love this. I love the idea of a person hugging a tree and some vines. I think that's cute. And watering yourself. There's a lot of good ideas on this page. This was another Pinterest challenge one. I do like this one a lot. This one was more like curated. I didn't like it as much when I did it. I like it a lot more now, if I'm being honest. This is another one I did with my watercolors. I really like this one a lot. A lot. I love the color scheme. It's very like moody. This is from a show called Heated Rivalry. It kind of took over the internet for a while, so I just drew them, and then I drew their eyes because I like drawing eyes. And then this is just me revisiting more ideas for this painting series. So this is just another spread of that because it was going to be a watercolor spread, and I just forgot. It's like funny because I don't forget, but I do forget how terrible watercolors do on this paper every time. I keep doing it, even though I know it's bad. But yeah, this was really hard to do, and it's not even good. So I was like, yeah, we'll just use the rest as a sketch page. So, yep, just some more ideas there. And then, ooh, I love this page. This was just me mindless doodling at work again. And I really like this side of the spread. It works really well together, but I really like this side a lot. Yeah. And then just some more portrait sketches. These are all recent. These few pages have been done in the last couple days. But just a nice portrait that covers the whole page, and then 2 little ones. This guy's funny. It's like a cartoon. It's kind of looking. It's funny. And then this is also a YouTube video. I don't like this page that much, specifically because this portrait just doesn't look how I thought it was gonna look. I like got lost somewhere along the way. But yeah, this is my last spread. I do love the flowers though. These are some of my favorite flowers right now. So yeah. That is the end of this sketchbook tour. I feel like this is going to be a long video, but these are all of my sketches. And this was a very fulfilling sketchbook. I feel very good. I feel like I learned a lot in this sketchbook, and with it being such a cheap sketchbook, or cheaper sketchbook, I feel like I had a lot of willingness to just brain dump and just practice random things and sketch random things, kind of do as I pleased, not worry about wasting really nice paper like I did with my Strathmore sketchbook. I was always worried that I was wasting that really nice paper, and that sketchbook was a bit pricey. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed this sketchbook. Once again, this is the Royal Talons Art Creation sketchbook, and I think you can get it online from their website. I got mine from a Blick store near me. I've heard that's a popular art store. This is the first city I've been in with an actual art store, so I'm not sure what other art stores there are. Great sketchbook. I know a lot of artists use this sketchbook a lot, so if you're looking for something that can take pretty much anything but wet media, go for it. I think the only thing that I usually like to draw with that I didn't do in the sketchbook is charcoal, and that's just because charcoal's messy. I don't do charcoal that often, so yeah. I'm happy with everything I created in the sketchbook. I will be getting another one of these for just like an idea book, but my next actual sketchbook is this one, and I am so very excited for this one. My friend got me this one, so I'm very excited. I'm gonna open it and cover it in stickers very soon, and you guys will definitely get to see that. So yeah, that is it for today's sketchbook tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, leave your favorite spread down in the comments, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, friends.